Hello, welcome to Fun Cars and Good People. My name is Carl. In this video, I'm going to unbox a hydraulic car lift and use it to replace the undertray of my BMW E90 M3. I will also give my review on using this hydraulic lift during the demonstration. Now, let me tell you my story of choosing this portable quick lift from LUXMAIN in China. In the previous videos of DIY servicing the E90 M3, I used a floor jack and 4 stands to lift the car. I chose this method because I thought I did not need to do this very often. However, I quickly found that the process was pretty laborious and tiring. One of our viewers, Bradley Williamson, kindly left a comment on that video saying, "Carl, get a QuickJack, much easier." The QuickJack is a brand of a hydraulic car lift maker in the US. I did not take this course right away because my DIY environment was very limiting. It was outdoors and far away from electricity. Later, when my brother Bernie got his own garage, well, actually an indoor parking space, I started to think about having a QuickJack in his place. With his agreement, I began to look for possible ways of getting a QuickJack. There's no dealer in Taiwan, so I had to order overseas. I asked for a shipping quote from QuickJack, and I found that the origin of the goods indicates CN, which could very possibly mean China. I asked Google and confirmed that the QuickJack is indeed made in China. Since I'm in Taiwan, there is no point of ordering a product made in China and have it shipped from the US. In addition to saving the shipping fee, the budget is another concern. Look, the shipping was going to cost nearly $800. I know the hydraulic lift must be very heavy, but that's half the price of QuickJack. I would rather save the shipping fee. So I turned to Taobao for similar products because I believe that if one product is made in China, there is going to be a few replica available. The most popular automobile hydraulic jack I could find on Taobao was this portable quick lift made by LUXMAIN in Shandong, China. LUXMAIN has pretty sufficient information about their products, not only on Taobao, but also on their official website. Please use the link in the description to check them up. In the end, I was convinced that LUXMAIN might be a reliable choice, so I and Bernie gave it a shot. The final cost of the LUXMAIN Portable Quick Lift is about $785, and the shipping fee including the import tax is about $200. That's about half price of the QuickJack. Is it worth it? Let's find out together. The LUXMAIN Portable Quick Lift comes in 3 boxes. I strongly recommend you to have 1 or 2 helpers to move them around because they are really big and heavy. Please be careful, don't hurt yourself. Here is the hydraulic jack. Looking at the inside of the box, I think the packaging isn't protective enough. Only cardboards were used and there were almost no cushions. We quickly found that the fork of a trolley wheel was deformed during transportation, and the wheel couldn't turn normally. Here we have the hydraulic pump. The ports are on the front side. The electric motor is on the left. Here we have the remote control and AC power cords. The lift handle makes the motor look so cheap because this plastic grip isn't firmly attached. The black cube on the right side is a hydraulic fluid reservoir, looking cheap also. This is the body of the lift. The appearance looks fairly so-so to me. You can tell it's not a piece of precise machinery by its structure and weld work. The paint job also looks cheap. Anyway, this is not something to decorate your garage. I think all of the products available on the web have the same structure. but the hydraulic actuator on this one is different from that of QuickJack. We will mention that later in the installation part. Let's move on to see the other parts. These are the hydraulic lines. Looks pretty robust to me. These are the optional jack pads. Please carefully choose the type and thickness for your vehicle. There's nothing else in the package. Let's move on to set it up. A paper copy of user's manual is enclosed in the package. The installation instruction is much the same to the official demonstration video. Please use the link to watch it in detail. Here I just quickly show you what I did. Use 19mm open spanner to connect the two high-pressure lines. There is no specified torque for the connectors, so I tightened them with my own judgment. Get some tissue papers ready for the residual liquid inside the hose and the motor. I have no experience using a new hydraulic motor, so I'm not sure if this is normal or just poor handling of the shipping. If you have similar experience, please kindly share with everyone in the comments. Next, add hydraulic fluid to the reservoir. LUXMAIN recommends 4 liters of a grade 46 hydraulic oil. I bought the fluid from some local hydraulic shop. The product name is Daphne hydraulic fluid from Idemitsu Kosan. Because the fluid usually comes in 20-liter pail or 200-liter drum, the shop owner could only provide the fluids in recycled PET drink bottles. The next step is to bleed the air in the hydraulic system. Place the lifts upside down. Connect the hydraulic lines to the lifts. Plug in the AC power. We are ready for the first start. Just press and hold the up button on the remote control. Hey, this reminds me of the charm in Harry Potter. Fully extend the lift and you will hear the motor struggling when the hydraulic actuator reaches its maximum extension. Then press and hold the down button to retract the lift. The retraction is driven by gravity and the weight of the lift frame itself, so it is going to take some time. Repeat the extension and retraction for 3 times. The bleeding procedure is done. Later, when you see the official video by QuickJack, you will find that their bleeding procedure is a bit more complicated because QuickJack requires bleeding at the actuators. I will say the easy operation of LUXMAIN is quite an advantage. To protect the newly constructed epoxy floor, Bernie attached additional pads to the bottom of the lifts. Now, the LUXMAIN Portable Quick Lift is ready for use. When the lifts are fully retracted, the hydraulic lines can be disconnected, so it is easier to move the lifts around. There will be some spillage of the hydraulic fluid at the disconnected connectors, so please be prepared to clean up the small mess. Place the portable quick lift under the jacking points of your car. Make the red locking bar sit on the outboard for easy access. Connect the hydraulic lines. Again, there will be some spillage of the hydraulic fluid. That's annoying, isn't it? So the fluid is expected to reduce with the use of the lift. Remember to service the lift regularly as well. Place the jacking pads between the jacking points and the lift. Make sure the pads are in correct position once the lift is raised. Also make sure the lifts are parallel to each other and the longitudinal axis of the car. This ensures the jacking points remain in the same position once the lifts are fully up. Otherwise, the car may move and accidents may happen. This is another disadvantage of such kind of a portable lift. Extra attention is needed to position the lift correctly to avoid catastrophic damage. All set, let's go! We raised the lift a little bit to check the jacking pads again. Looking good, go on! The E90 M3 weighs about 3,700 pounds, and this is the actual speed of lifting. Around 29 seconds were needed to fully lift the car. Press and hold the up button. Make sure the red locking bars slide beyond the locking stops on both sides. Then press and hold the down button until the red locking bars rest on the locking stops. I repeat, make sure both sides are locked. Now, the lifting is done. With the lift in full stop position, you may disconnect the hydraulic lines, put the hydraulic motor away, and move on to working on the car. During the operation, safety is always the concern. The locking of both lifts should be simultaneous. Imagine only one side is locked and the hydraulic lines are inadvertently depressurized. The unlocked side will go down and the vehicle is going to tilt and fall. This is unquestionably very dangerous. So I strongly recommend to have two persons operating this lift together. It will be safer when both sides of the vehicle are being monitored. I and Bernie decide to further place two car stands under the lifts for backup. Please also do everything to protect yourself and your precious car. To lower the vehicle, first make sure your parking brake is set or you have wheel chocks in position to stop the vehicle moving once it's on ground. Press and hold the up button to make the red locking bars move away from the locking stops. Then raise the red locking bar to let the elliptical slider on the end to be in the open position. Now the lift will not lock. Press and hold the down button to fully lower the car. We have just finished using the portable quick lift. Store it as the way you like. And you have seen how easy the operation is. I'm positive with its user-friendliness. But I will ask you to pay extra attention to using this tool because the risk with it is more higher than the professional car lifts in the service shops. The compactness is another advantage of the lift because it won't occupy too much space. But contrary to the size, the weight is quite a disadvantage. Each side weighs about 100 pounds and it is not easy even for a strong guy like Bernie. Both of us felt like we did a 10 by 10 deadlift after today's work. The undertray of my E90 M3 had been broken and repaired before my ownership. This part had some missing screws and was held together by zip ties. On the track day in Libao racetrack, I accidentally damaged it again, and this was the time it really needed to be replaced. Please visit that video to see what happened on that day. To replace the undertray, I had two options: the OE part or the aftermarket metal skid plate. I know the skid plate has been there for a while, and it seems like a reinforced part to withstand any kind of damage or collision. However, my reason for choosing the OE part over the metal skid plate are as follows. The OE part is designed to absorb vibration and sound, so that's why it is made of light plastics and has furry finish on the surface, similar to the trims in the wheel wells. Aftermarket metal skid plates are just not made for this purpose. Besides, the OE part is also designed to work with the airflow after the radiator and oil cooler, where we don't see this on some of the aftermarket products. In addition to the mechanical aspect, price also matters. The OE parts cost about $200, where the price of the aftermarket products range from $250 to $800. There are also replicas copied by some unknown shops. Look, I even found this on the internet. A sheet of flat aluminum is going to cost that much? This must be a joke. I go with OE parts, period. Here's the parts list required for replacing the undertray, the middle part, the left and right parts, and screws. But things did not go so easy because the next thing I had to worry about was shipping. The package weighed less than 10 pounds, which should not be a big problem for transportation. However, the cost of direct shipping from ECS Tuning was quite a lot. If I chose express shipping, total cost would be more than $700. Otherwise, I had to wait for 2 to 3 weeks if chosen the cheapest plan. Besides, FCP Euro refused to ship the middle part overseas, presumably due to its big size. ECS Tuning and FCP Euro both provides free shipping within the US, so a parcel forwarder might be my alternative option. First, I contacted Buy and Ship, the one I mentioned in a previous video, but they replied straightforwardly, "Please don't buy stuff size this big." Okay, so long. I asked another local shipper who is able to transport large goods like furniture or cars. They gave me an estimate based on the weight and size I mentioned earlier. Here's the estimated shipping fee, $550, tax not included. And the time for seaway transportation was going to take 12 weeks. Wait, my package weighed only 10 pounds, not 10 metric tons. Finally, I visited Schmidtmann Odense, who is from Denmark and sells BMW parts online. The price was more friendlier, and the goods could be delivered to Taiwan. The shipping cost was around $100, and total cost was about $300. That sounded a lot normal, isn't it? Deal, Schmidtmann. I received the package in about 1 week. Look, this isn't so heavy, is it? I really don't understand why could it cost so much to ship air. Let's unbox it now. Well, you see, there was a lot of air inside. So many air cushions. But anyway, that was a lot better than no cushions as in the LUXMAIN packaging. So this was everything. We have the shipping notice and invoices, the screws, the middle part of the undertray, and the right wing, and the left wing. Let's put them on. I started with the left wing. Use 8mm hex socket to undo the 6 screws. Well, if they are still there. Mine was already broken like this. Poor car. The 3 bolts on the reinforcement strut need to be undone with 6mm hex socket. They are free on the middle front, but I only had this one left. With all the screws undone, there are two Bowden cables that hang the under tray. The left one is here, and it is obviously damaged by somebody who tried to use power wrench to undo it. The correct way is to turn the top end 90 degrees and pull downward. The Bowden cable is easily released. Undo both of them to remove the middle part. Wow, this under tray is really filthy. The right wing was almost gone. Shame on you, Carl. With all the parts down, let's put on the new under tray. 可以吗？这样就勾好了。啊，这样就勾好了。 友善的方式。After 20 screws and bolts are done, we are finished with replacing the under tray. How nice it is! After the under tray had been replaced, the cabin has become a bit quieter while driving. I believe that the original aerodynamics has been recovered, and this is the way the M3 should be. As I promised in the previous video, I will continue to replace with brand new parts for her. And with this LUXMAIN Portable Quick Lift, more DIY works are possible. I would say the price is not cheap regarding to the product quality, although it may be one of the few choices on the market. Besides, I cannot tell about its reliability just after the short work in this video. Perhaps I will come back and report my comments down below. If you have experiences using such products, please also drop a comment and share with everyone here. Now look, these are the new tools I just prepared for the next project. Can you guess what it will be? It's gonna be a big one. Please stay tuned and find out. See you soon. Bye.